The issue hinges on a bill that would make it easier for parents to opt their children out of standardized testing.
The federal government just sent the state of Oregon a threatening letter letting the Senate know approving that bill would trigger serious funding sanctions. We sent our Chris Woodard to the Capitol, asked some tough questions today.
Yeah, and we could be talking about more than $140 million lost if this bill passes. Now, the Senate is scheduled to vote on it tomorrow, but today I had some questions for one of the bill's biggest supporters.
Do you think it's legit, or do you think it's just trying to get you guys to change your minds?
Oh, it's certainly trying to get people to change their minds. Legit in terms of whether they will decide to do it, I don't know. I can't guess on how the feds might handle something like that.
The letter was delivered late last month from the U.S. Department of Education. We got our hands on it today. The feds telling Oregon school leaders they could lose at least $140 million a year in funding, maybe up to $325 million if lawmakers pass this bill, making the process for opting out of standardized tests easier and more clear for parents.
Those funds go to very needy schools and children to pay for many things: literacy programs, the second half of full-day kindergarten, other things that really help ensure our kids are on a path for success.
But Representative Lou Frederick of Portland has been a big backer of the bill all along.
The bill doesn't say get rid of the test. The bill says simply, here is a procedure for opting out of the test if parents come forward and want to opt out. That's all it says.
He said the threat of losing funding has always been a thought. I asked if that's a gamble worth taking.
If in fact this is a legitimate threat and they could take away funding, why is it worth still going forward with in your mind?
I think that the test has some serious questions. I think that the approach that we're taking to the test has some serious questions, and we are not the only state in the nation doing this.
There's also some disagreement here about whether the feds would really do this, whether it's a legitimate threat. Now, the Portland Association of Teachers tells me they don't think there's any way the feds would really pull funding, and they call this nothing but a scare tactic. But the state superintendent of public education tells us that he thinks this is legitimate and that money may disappear if the bill is passed. The Senate is scheduled to vote on it tomorrow. Back to you.
As Lou Frederick said, this is not the only place. I know in Washington there's parents fighting it. I have a cousin in New Jersey who she's active in this situation. So it is all across the country, and a lot more to come on this. Thank you very much.